I think most people will agree that November is one of the biggest months for video games, hands down, for big publishers, for video game fans, for everybody. They're trying to get them out before the holidays. But this year's November is going to be even bigger. We are getting 2 brand new consoles launching side by side. Welcome to Chaos Gaming, everybody. Today, we are going to be checking out the 10 most exciting games coming out in November 2020. 10 games that you need to have your eye on, that you may want to check out again if you passed up on pre-ordering them. So drop a like, guys. Turn your notifications on. Tell me what game you're most excited for that is a must cop, and here we go. This month's giveaway is for your choice of a PS5 or an Xbox Series X. All you have to do to enter is drop a like, make sure you're subscribed, and leave a comment with your Twitter handle so we can get hold of you telling me which one you want. The winner is picked at the end of the month. Good luck. Kicking things off is BUGSNAX. This has actually gotten quite a bit of attention through Sony's conferences over the last few months. It looks like it's going to be a pretty fun game. Developed by indie studio Young Horses, BUGSNAX is a colorful adventure game where you get to venture around an island documenting the different species of bugs that you encounter, with over 100 roaming around the island for you to find. It sounds kind of cool. The developers have cited their main inspirations as Pokemon Snap, Viva Pinata, and Ape Escape. So if you're a fan of the cheesy, lighthearted adventure games of the late 90s or early 2000s, this may be your cup of tea. BUGSNAX is set to launch on the PS4, the PS5, PC, and Mac on November 12th. Next up is Dirt 5. This is one of those franchises that was never super mainstream, never super popular, but it has a super dedicated following that I know is going to eat this game up. Dirt 5 is the latest entry in the off-road racing franchise, and it was announced at the 2020 Xbox Live presentation, which is something I've always loved when developers do. No need to announce a game and then leave us hanging for a year. Just announce it and then release it a few months later. Confirmed locations for Dirt 5 include Arizona, Brazil, Italy, China, New York City, and Norway. And it's going to feature various weather and season systems that will impact the way the tracks actually play out. It is set to release on the Xbox One, the PS4, and the PC November 6th. Then, the Xbox Series X on November 10th, and the PS5 on November 12th. Next up is Jurassic World Evolution, the Nintendo Switch version. Now, Evolution launched back in mid-2018 as kind of a business sim tie-in to the new movies. Think Zoo Tycoon, but with your own personal dinosaur park. It received mixed reviews on launch day, but it's maintained a steady community throughout the last couple years. It had updates, content patches, as well as the addicting gameplay loop. Now, it's currently available on the PS4, Xbox One, and the PC. But next month, it's coming to the Switch along with all the DLC. Jurassic World Evolution Complete Edition will launch on November 3rd for the Switch, and it will contain all the DLC and all the updates on that cartridge. That's a lot of content, which allows you to jump in with the maximum amount of possibility for your dinosaur park. If you never played Evolution, I've played it. It's fun. I recommend it. If you're a Switch player looking for something that's going to eat up time, here it is. Next up is Watch Dogs Legion. Now, I've expressed quite a bit of concern about this game, but I can't deny that it has a ton of potential, and it's probably going to be getting a lot of attention next month. Watch Dogs Legion is the 3rd installment of the Watch Dogs franchise, which is a series. It's been pretty hit or miss over the years. Everybody remembers the infamous downgrades from the first game's E3 demo, but the game was still solid enough, and the second one was a bit of a mess, but it was still fun. The 3rd game is set in London, and the story will follow a group of hackers attempting to free the city from the evil government that has turned the place into a surveillance state. Now, visually, the game looks impressive, and the gameplay seems like a good progression from the last 2. I'm not sure how much gamers are going to like it, but I'm intrigued. It is set to release on the current consoles on October 29th, but that's not the version you want. You want the next-gen version. The game is going to launch on the X on November 10th and the PS5 on November 24th, so the old consoles will get a bit of a trial run for the new consoles. I want this game to be good. I think it has a ton of potential. Now we have Godfall, another game I've expressed a lot of concern about, and I will admit I have a lot less confidence in this one than I do Watch Dogs. Godfall is the latest action RPG from Gearbox, and while early footage did look interesting, the later stuff looked kind of generic. It's set in a fantasy world. It's kind of a hack and slash version of Borderlands. It allows you to customize your character's traits and skills while upgrading your weapons and experimenting with different classes. That's nothing new. Think of it as a looter shooter, but with the melee combat instead of shooting, I guess. Godfall will be released on the PS5 and the PC November 12th, and a lot of people have been writing this game off, myself included, I'll admit it. But if you're looking for something that grinds and it's loot-based, maybe keep your eye on this. Now let's get into some big ones. Spider-Man Remastered. Spider-Man was one of the best PS4 exclusives to ever be released. There's no doubt. And now we're going to be getting an even better version of it on the PS5. The remastered version will include everything from the base game as well as the DLC. You'll get a few more suits, new trophies, gameplay features for better quality of life, all that good stuff. It's also going to improve the graphics and the frame rate, allegedly running at 60 FPS as opposed to the 30 FPS in the original, which will make swinging through the city feel even more realistic. The only downside to it is the fact that in order to get it, you have to buy the Ultimate Edition of the new Spidey game, which is going to run you $70. It's not available as a standalone. But if I know anything about Sony, it's that they want to make as much money as possible, and there's no way they keep Spidey Remastered as part of this bundle forever. I'm going to guess that Remaster will be part of the sequel bundle for a few months, and then it will go standalone in February or March. And speaking of the sequel, Spider-Man Miles Morales. It was only a matter of time before Insomniac Games gave us an official sequel, and it's right around the corner. Now, it's a sequel, and it's a spin-off to the PS4 game, as it will take place where the original's game DLC left off, but this time, yes, you are Miles Morales instead of Peter Parker. According to the reports, the main villain of the new game will be the Tinkerer, who is one of Spider-Man's most underrated villains, if you guys ask me. Miles Morales will release on the PS4 and the PS5 on November 12th, and you can either get the Standard Edition or the Ultimate Edition, which includes the first game remastered. So, I am excited for both of these Spidey games. I have to be honest. A little disappointed in the way the Remastered is being distributed, but I guess it is what it is. Here's one I am looking forward to. Assassin's Creed Valhalla. If you know anything about me, you know I am psyched for this game. I know a lot of people don't like the RPG direction for Assassin's Creed and what it's taken, but for someone who put over 50 hours in Odyssey, I'm stoked. Valhalla is going to take the story of assassins and the Templars to Norse mythology. It follows a Viking who finds himself caught in the middle of the age-old conflict between those two factions. Valhalla will bring back the open-world RPG gameplay of Odyssey, full of characters, side missions, skills to level up, dialogue choices, everything that can impact the direction of your story. It is set to release on the PC, PS4, Xbox One, and the X on November 10th. And then the PS5 will come shortly afterwards on November 12th. At number 2, Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War. At the time that I'm recording this video, the Black Ops Cold War beta is going on. And let me tell you, it's been enjoyable. Yes, it has issues and the community is somewhat split, but I think with how committed Treyarch has shown themselves to keeping the community happy, I think this game could be good. Plus, that's just multiplayer. We've barely even seen the campaign or the zombies experience, which are shaping up to be the best we've seen in a while. We haven't seen anything about Warzone either. Now, I always have my concerns. Behind the scenes drama, the development, all that stuff. I want it to be good. Treyarch has shown themselves to be committed of all the studios in the COD lineup, and I trust them the most to deliver a great product on day one. Don't let us down, Treyarch. COD needs you. Black Ops Cold War is set to release on the PC, Xbox One, PS4, PS5, and Xbox Series X on November 13th. And at number 1 today, Cyberpunk 2077, easily the biggest game of the year, and it's looking like it's going to be CD Projekt Red's latest masterpiece. This sci-fi RPG was announced way back in May of 2012, but development was pushed back numerous times because the studio wanted to focus on The Witcher 3, as well as development assets being stolen in 2017. So now CD Projekt Red is a studio that's been known to take their time with their games, and it's been delayed a few times this year alone. However, it looks like those delays are finally coming to an end. It is set to release on the PC, Xbox One, and PS4 on November 19th, with the next-gen console ports coming some point in 2021. If Cyberpunk is even half as detailed as The Witcher 3, it is going to be incredible, and I can't wait to see where the story goes for different players. Usually, I try not to call something Game of the Year before it's released, but come on, this is probably going to happen. And there you have it, my friends. Those are 10 games you need to keep your sights on that are coming out in November 2020. Let me know which ones are definite buys for you, which ones you're on the fence about, and which ones you're going to stay away from. If you guys enjoyed, take a second, drop a like, make sure you're subscribed. Look at the videos on the channel on the screen right now. Click on one of those, and I'll see you over there.